Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and here's an interesting slide from XRP Sold 2025, the infinite money glitch. MXRP becomes perpetual buyer of XRP. Look at this, minting MXRP drives XRP demand via advanced strategies and auto compounding. And they've got a whole chart here. Things are really heating up and getting interesting, folks. Now, I wanted to show you this. This CoinDesk is out promoting this Axelar, the yield.
Midas and Interop Labs have unveiled MXRP, pitched as the first liquid staking product for the XRP ecosystem, promising holders potential returns of up to 8%. This new token highlights a significant push to tie the XRP ledger into broader cross-chain liquidity flows. Announced at XRPL Soul 2025, the product allows XRP to be converted into a yield-bearing asset that can be used across decentralized finance protocols for additional opportunities. Midas co-founder Dennis Dinkelmeyer said that MXRP could, quote, play a key role in unlocking new use cases for XRP. The targeted net returns for MXRP are set in the 6 to 8% range, though the final outcome will depend on underlying strategy performance.
Okay, I wanted to show you that this right here, these guys had a Spaces, and Uptown Saul was asking, "What's my risk of ruin in the situation? Who controls that account?" So they kind of had a Spaces where they're talking about some of the risks, and I keep harping on you because I've been here a long time. And I'm not saying anything bad about Axelar or anybody else that's offering yield or different products. I'm just telling you to be careful and make sure you understand the risks. Make sure you get documentation in all these situations. If you're trying to earn yield on your XRP, where's your XRP going to be? Is it going to be institutional storage? Is it going to be how are you going to get the yield? Understand that. Also, if you're borrowing against your XRP, understand your risks there. Get documentation, diagrams about what exactly is happening and what your risks are. If you're investing in any of these XRP funds that we hear about, any of that kind of stuff, what are they doing with your XRP once it's in this fund? And again, I'm not picking on anybody in particular. I'm just telling you, I've been in this a long time. And to this day, right now, and a lot of these things are probably completely legitimate products, but we've held our XRP for a long time. Right now, until I understand all of these things better and understand what the risks associated with all of them are, I'm focusing on keeping my XRP safe. Let's hear just a little bit of this.
The other side of this transaction.
So you can think of SAV as sort of a generic liquidity pool that just holds liquidity that anybody can deposit to and distributes LP tokens to its holders.
Wait, we got someone who definitely knows, probably, definitely, more in detail about the lending protocol. It's Dennis. Dennis jumped in.
Hello.
How are you doing, Dennis? Hey.
How are you?
Welcome, Dennis.
Mayuka knows too. I don't know why she's being shy.
Oh, really? I think
that learning by osmosis. This is so sus.
People can deposit. Let's just use XRP. So you deposit XRP into that vault, and you get back an LP token, which is a percentage representation of your assets in that vault. So if the vault, if I deposited 50 XRP and you deposited 50 XRP, each of our LP shares would represent 50%. And then you have what's called a loan broker, and that loan broker can basically loan out the money in the vault to whoever he wants, and he can make multiple loans as well.
That's what I wanted you to hear, because understand what you've got. For myself right now, what I'm doing is I'm trying to keep my XRP safe. That's my only focus right now. As the lending products roll out, I'll start studying all of them and decide if I can find one for myself where I can earn interest, or maybe down the road borrow against my XRP. But I've got to understand I'm really waiting for some major firms, major Wall Street firms probably, that have products where people with major reputational risk, not fly-by-nights. Right now I'm storing my XRP in institutional custody at Caleb and Brown. That's one of them. I also have a broker I can talk to or email, and I also have an institutional liquidity if I wanted to sell. You can open a Caleb and Brown account. They are my partner. You can go to xrpwealth589.com and it'll forward you right here to my page on Caleb and Brown. You can click sign up today. If you're thinking the way I'm thinking, XRP's come back up a little bit. We're at 286. Folks, make no mistake, all of this is market manipulation stuff leading up to October and legislation. The perfect storm, ETF storm.
And Bitcoin and Ether this year hit all-time highs. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's a confluence of factors, really. It's the perfect storm. There was a lot of pent-up demand. I think we saw that when the ETFs launched, even under the previous admin. This particular administration has started to provide some more regulatory clarity, and were a lot of institutions that were really waiting for that to happen. So I think it's just pent-up demand from the past years that has accumulated and that now really start to reflect itself in market prices. I think at this point it's safe to say that crypto as an asset class is not going to go away. Even 4 years ago when I would speak to institutions, that was still the question, like, is this stuff going to stick around? People right now understand it's not going away, and as a result feel more and more comfortable allocating a certain percentage of their portfolio to the asset class.
And
there you go. They're all coming. After massive $75 million XRP long wipeout, Korea comes back on with net inflows 9.03 million. Jim Cramer has made me bullish this morning. He said, I would like to see a pause in endless rally of speculation, gold, crypto, and profitless companies. That is a bullish statement if I ever heard one coming from him. And then here is Tom Emmer. He was on with Thinking Crypto talking about the Clarity Act.
It picked up a lot when everyone around the world heard Donald Trump saying, we're going to make this country the crypto capital of the world. It's a new day, and he's going to move everything forward. He wants the U.S. to be open for business again. Well, as soon as that happened, you started seeing stuff in Japan and China and on the other side of the Atlantic. All these different countries were like, no, we're the best. We are the best, and we will be the best now that we've got Donald J. Trump making sure that everyone knows that our goal is to be the best. As we started getting our act together, legislatively, not just his executive orders, but Genius and now Clarity. As we do that, Tony, just watch. This place, there are so many innovators and entrepreneurs who want to be in the U.S., but they just, the way people like Gary Gensler and Elizabeth Warren and all these people treated them, the Biden administration. I heard a great comment when we had the first Digital Assets Summit at the White House. One of the guests said, who could have ever believed we'd be sitting here today in the White House? A year ago, if you would have told me this would happen, I would have thought we were more likely to be in a jail cell. Yeah, it's changed dramatically.
That is awesome. Look at this. So Ripple's been in the White House, and now they're on Downing Street. This is Cassie Craddock to coincide with Trump's state visit to the UK last week. I had the honor of attending a roundtable in Downing Street alongside UK Chancellor Rachel Reeves, U.S. Secretary of Treasury Scott Bessent, as well as representatives from a number of leading UK and U.S. financial and crypto firms. There's a huge opportunity for folks. Does my son need to come out of retirement and draw you a picture? This is the stuff. Ripple has been meeting with all these governments for like a decade now. We were all there showing it to you for the last 5-7 years. The XRP community saw it when nobody else saw it, and now the cat's out of the bag, folks. See this? U.S. and U.K. announced task force to explore cooperation in crypto regulations, and then smoke comes out with this. Near real-time payments will start to go global. Success of the UK's faster payment solution will be replicated in some case exported to other countries. For example, Fed Payments and Ripple in the US, along with blockchain-based e-peso in the Philippines. Also, the UK's faster payments is being exported to Thailand. Folks, this stuff's not hard to figure out at this point. We were right. We've been right the whole time. The only thing I was wrong about is I didn't have any idea. I was working it off for the last 10 years before Gary Gensler came along and before all the Elizabeth Warrens came along. When I was growing up and we had a dot-com boom and bubble, we had a government that actually wanted the U.S. to do well and lead in innovation. The thing I was wrong about is I had no idea how corrupted our government had gotten against itself, almost as if they were more interested in the U.S. becoming a part of a global infrastructure instead of the United States leading the way ahead of other countries. Things have changed now in a good way. We're going to go into DAIXRP.com. That's the Patreon. If you'd rather join through YouTube, click join below any of these videos. If you'd rather join through X, hit subscribe. We do the full video plus the extended video with no commercials in there. Got more to show you. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe. Hit the like button. Tell your friends and family. Here we go.